Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, where we delve into the depths of popular culture, uncovering the fascinating stories behind the stories. Today, we're tackling a classic Little Red Riding Hood.
A tale as old as time, Bob. Every kid knows the basics: the girl, the wolf, the grandma, and a basket full of goodies. But what truly lies beneath this iconic story?
Exactly, Alice. The Little Red Riding Hood we know today isn't the original version. We're looking at a tale with a lot more layers, one that's rooted in dark European folklore.
It's fascinating to think how this story evolved, right? It goes from a tale of cannibalism and wolf-like creatures to the sanitized version we see in Disney movies. That "what big eyes you have" line has lost its original chilling edge, don't you think?
Absolutely. And that's the thing about folklore. They change with the times, reflect societal anxieties, and become something new. You see, the original Little Red Riding Hood is not about a little girl who's saved by a woodcutter.
Oh no, what is it about? What's the dark part of it? I'm ready for a good scare.
Well, imagine this: it's not the woodcutter who saves her. It's Little Red Riding Hood herself. This is where the story takes a sharp turn. The wolf, in some versions, doesn't actually eat the grandmother. Instead, he leaves her blood and flesh for Red Riding Hood to eat, which she does without knowing.
Whoa, that's intense. So, she's unknowingly cannibalizing her own grandmother. Talk about a twisted fairy tale. But why? What's the message behind this horrifying twist?
Scholars believe that the original story was meant to warn people about the dangers of the woods, specifically for women. It was a reflection of the fear of the unknown and the violence that lurked in the shadows.
So, it was more about the dangers of blindly trusting strangers, the wolf representing a predator, and the woods itself embodying the unknown.
Exactly. It was a cautionary tale, and the darkness was more prominent. But as time went on, the story got sanitized and softened. It's a fascinating journey of a tale that's been retold and reinterpreted for centuries.
It's almost like the story is a mirror reflecting the fears and morals of the time.
And it's not just the original version that's interesting. The Little Red Riding Hood we know is also fascinating because of its evolution. It's a testament to how stories can shift, morph, and adapt to different cultures and eras.
It's quite a journey. The story has been adapted into movies, operas, even a ballet. It's so much more than just a children's tale.
You're right. It's a universal story with endless interpretations. And it's just as relevant today as it was centuries ago. It's a reminder to be aware of our surroundings, not to trust strangers blindly, and to always be mindful of the dangers lurking even in the most familiar places.
Well, Bob, this is certainly a new perspective on a familiar story. Thanks for opening my eyes to the dark side of Little Red Riding Hood.
My pleasure, Alice. As always, we encourage our listeners to explore these timeless tales and uncover their hidden depths.
And remember, the next time you hear Little Red Riding Hood, think about the story beneath the story, and the message that's been passed down for generations.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Until next time, stay curious.